Hi my people, you're welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. If you're just joining for the first time, my name is Frances Onako, and this is a channel where we learn chemistry in all aspects and discuss real life issues. Real life issues include inspiring stories and advice on living conditions and positive and giving positive ideas on how to live a better life, a more rewarding life, and be a happier person, increase your self-esteem and self-confidence. If you're yet to subscribe, please do press that red button in front of you and hit the notification bell beside it so that anytime I post a new video, you will get it. And for my returning subscribers, I'm so grateful to you. You know I love you so much. Thank you for returning, and please keep returning. So today it's going to be about real life issues, and we are going to discuss my friend, my good friend, Madam Chizo. You know, this one is not a story I was told or a story I was sent to. A story that was sent to me, but this one was playing out before my very eyes. Before my very eyes, it was playing out. You know, that's why I wrote my life. That's why it's going to be my life story. I should have said real life, but when you say real life, it will be as others have been saying are not real life. But why this one is so real to me, because I saw it thing unfolding, you know. And believe me, what God cannot do does not exist. What God cannot do does not exist. You know, this is a story of a lady that went from bottom. God lifted her from bottom, the very bottom. I mean, what this lady went through, you can't even wish it on your worst enemy. You know, but when you see her, you look as if she didn't go through anything. It's all like the grace of God. You know, from bottom, God took her from the very bottom to top. Just sit back, fasten your seatbelt if you're in the car, or relax, put your feet up, grab a popcorn and start listening. Because it's going to be a story. It's going to be a story. This is capital STORY. Are you ready for that story? I am. And if you are, then let's get started. Publishing on Amazon is one of the best things to happen to you as an author. Number one, you publish your book without spending a dime, and you earn without having to stress yourself. Amazon does the work for you. Your only job is to publish. Put down your details and Amazon takes it up. Do you want to learn how this is done? You want to learn how this is done? It's an easy process. It's in an almost free way. I will not tell you free way, because of course I'll charge you a little. I'll charge you for spending my time and effort, but then you get much more than you're going to spend. Just press those numbers on top, send me a DM, and we start immediately. Your plug is there. See you. Welcome back. Like I said, this is going to be about the life story of my friend and sister, Madam Chizo. You know, and when I first met this lady, I had just assumed the leadership of a church group, you know, in my parish. And I had this church group. I had just joined them. You know, it's about women. Catholic Women's Organization. Anyway, I had just joined them I've been with them for just 6 months, though I've been in the parish for up to, I've started being in that parish in 2009. I joined till 2017. That's 8 years, or I joined 2016. That's 7 years. I've been in parish for 7 years, and Spirit did not lead me to join until the Spirit led me. I like doing things that my Spirit lead me to do. Once I do what my Spirit does not lead me, what my Spirit did not lead me to do, I'm going to be very miserable in that. So that's why I just like relaxing until I'm directed to do it. So that's when I joined them. That's when I joined these people, and then within 6 months I was made the leader of this group. It wasn't I didn't find it funny. I didn't find it funny because I was here to learn many things happening in the group. I was here to learn about the group, how they work, because each group of these women in different parishes, they work in different ways. There's no standard rule of how they work. So I was here to learn how this particular parish works, but I was made the leader. So I took it as how our Mother Mary wanted it. Yeah. So what happened? I really needed support. I needed people to guide me and lead me on how to, pilot these affairs of this particular group I was given to lead. So my first meeting, I met this lady. On our first meeting of the group, I met this lady. She was, she just snuggled up to me, offering to carry the things I was carrying, and then when I declined, she still followed me and wanted to wipe the seat I wanted to sit on. This lady, she's older than me, and I said, is this how they lead here? This is not the kind of leadership I want. My own leadership is to come and serve, do what I should do in order to please God and humanity, not for me to be worshipped. Don't worship me. So I was uncomfortable with it. Yeah, I declined. I told her no, but she insisted. So I saw this lady. She's dark, and fragile looking, thin, and always smiling. So over the course of the, as time went on, and she was always offering to help out in things. In fact, she became my confidant. She my companion. My friend. My very loyal, dedicated. So how it is, and I was having due to the fact that my own idea of leadership didn't really conform with some of the people, especially my executives' idea of leadership. I don't know how they have been doing it, but I had my own ideas. It didn't conform, so I had issues with these people at the very beginning. I had issues with them, and then it was a hard, tough time for me. These people actually wanted to remove me because I wasn't dancing to their tunes. And this Chizoma was very, she helped me during that period. Her advice, because I wanted to resign, she told me, if you resign, you're still going to be in that group. The shame will be on you, Is it because of a few people that you're going to, because of a few people that you're going to resign? It's not proper. In fact, I actually followed her advice, and over the course of years, we became good friends, And anytime you call a meeting on that group, this lady will be the first to come there. In fact, anytime I decide on something, I always know, I have the confidence that even if no other person comes, that this Chizo will be there, So, and then she's very reliable, faithful, dedicated. You see her in morning mass, you see her in the adoration, and very sincere and honest, and most of all, neat and tidy. Upon her lowly situation, yeah, her lowly situation, because anytime you see her, she's always trekking. Well, I've said she was always trekking, you know, because it's been years. She was always trekking. And this was happening 2017, 2016, 2017. She was always trekking, you know, and then with a heavy blue bag, this bag filled with bottles of groundnuts, which she was selling, you know, poor woman. And yet you never see her looking dirty, always calm and doing her business in a happy way, you know, in a joyful way. That her groundnut was, I didn't know how it used to prepare, but it had a very unique taste. I'm not a lover of groundnut. I don't love groundnut, but I loved her own. I used to demand for her own. My husband is a lover of groundnut, and trust him, Chizoma became his customer, you know, because of that her groundnut. So, and because of her dedication and commitment and these attributes I noticed in her, I used her to the best of advantage for that group. I used to send her on meetings. These meetings used to be reserved for a particular people of a particular status. I didn't my own. I don't even care your status, whatever you are, you know. As far as you have shown interest in working for God, I use you, you know. So I didn't even care. I used to send her on those meetings, and she will mingle with such people, you know. During my tenure, her self-confidence and self-esteem increased. I noticed that other people noticed that too, because people used to look down on her, and even before, but for the fact that she was close to me, the women of the group, some of them, you know, those people that were fighting me became jealous and envious of her. They thought she was actually turning me against them. You know, they didn't know she was even giving me good advice where they are concerned. She used to tell me to tolerate. You know, that people have different characters, different views of life. I should just tolerate them and manage as a good leader. You know, so, you know, and I put her in positions where she will manage things, where she will be in charge, to the annoyance of many people, but I didn't care. She was doing it well. Then at a time she complained because she was feeling what people were telling her, the tone she was getting from people, you know. And she told me that the other people, she's not the only one in the group now. Why don't I include other people, you know, so that she won't be only her? I told her that she shouldn't bother, that I trust her, you know, and that please, she should just continue. The other people might not do it as well as she does it. If I see another person that is like her, that I will also use the person in doing it. So, and when you beg her, she will agree and continue, you know. She never for once disrespected me. Even sometimes I will lose my cool where she's concerned. She never disrespected me, you know. She still continued on, you know, always smiling, always cheerful. Until one day after Mass, I saw her looking sad. I now asked her what was wrong, you know. She was reluctant to tell me, but she later told me. She told me that the nephew and his family that she was sporting with, that they told her that she has to pack out, you know, that they weren't comfortable with the way activities were. She will leave very early in the morning, you know, sometimes she'll come back late at night. The days she'll come back late at night are the days that church activity will end late. And leaving very early in the morning was for morning mass, you know. So she was sad. And there were two of them squatting there. And she said the two relations squatting with those plants, they said that two of them, they were told to pack out. So I told her, I didn't have any extra house to give her now. So I told her the only thing I could tell her, that we have to put this thing in prayer so that God will take charge. You know, I had so much confidence in God, because this is a widow, number one. God does not joke with widows. Don't let a widow pray against you. God does not joke with the widows. And number 2, this lady is so dedicated, you know, so loyal and to things of God. That group is God's group, you know, it's a church group. So it has to do with serving God, serving Mother Mary. So Mother Mary's group. This lady is so dedicated in things concerning her. So I challenged God, I challenged Mother Mary. You don't allow this lady to become homeless, you know, because she's serving you. So needless to say, God, of course, answers prayers. She wasn't chased. She wasn't chased, and even they tried to frustrate her. They even tried to frustrate her, you know, by, you know, locking her up. Sometimes in the morning they change the padlock so that she will not have the key to be leaving, you know. She will not be leaving and coming in at will, you know. So when she will come back, she'll start calling and begging them to please open the door for her, and they will take time before doing that. They did all these things to frustrate her, but yet it did not it had no effect on her. And finally they were tired, you know. I think this is God's work, because the other relation packed out, but she stayed. Why would she go? Poor woman, where's the money she used to go and rent house? Even no, that's why she even used to trek so much, because no money for transport, you know. So finally I had to, due to some circumstances, private reasons, I had to leave the parish because I had to relocate to another state. So I left the parish, but I was still in contact with her, and she saw me when I left. In fact, she really, those ladies dealt with her. They jeered at her, they taunted her, they tried to make her life miserable, you know, because they thought she was turning me against them. They didn't know it was. I have my own eyes, I have my own brain. I see things, you know. I know, I notice things, I see things. So anything I did, I did of my own volition. Nobody was telling me what to do. So, but that's life. I'm sure those women will now be shaking their head now where she's concerned. So life continued. Then one day there was an occasion in my house, so I had to invite her to come and stay with me and help out. So when she came, in the course of event, because she stayed over for some days, so in the course of the conversation, she started telling me about, I told her, I don't know anything about you. I only know you have 2 sons, 2 grown-up sons, and you and them are not relating, like you told me. So what can you tell me what actually is the issue? What is the problem, you know? So this woman told me the most, I mean, the saddest story I have ever heard. I was shedding tears by the time she finished this story. I was shedding that. Could someone have undergone that kind of traumatic and excruciating experience and still be normal, you know? It's terrible. Well, this story will continue in the next video. Then please stay tuned and watch out for part 2 of this story. Thank you so much for watching. Do have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and hit the notification bell. Thank you once again for watching. Till next time, bye.